We have to believe only one God. And
We believe on God too.
listen, all the prophets, we have to believe on them.
Do you? Hold up, hold up.
Yeah.
Do you believe all the prophets? Have you read the writings of the prophets in the Torah?
Torah and Injil
Have you
and
read
the
them?
Quran.
Have you read the Torah and the Injil?
Yeah, I read Torah and Injil from Quran. They are
No,
four
hold on,
books.
hold on. No. If you read the Quran is not the same thing as the Torah and the Injil. The Quran tells you to read and believe the Torah and the Injil. So therefore, they are different books. They are books that came before the Quran. And so
Yeah.
have you actually read the Torah and the Injil yourself?
No, not much.
And so I encourage you to do that. I've read the entire Torah and the entire Injil, and I've read the entire Quran. I've read all three books. You say that you believe in all the earlier prophets. You actually don't, because the earlier prophets, they'll describe things like in Noah's flood, it talks about all of Noah's sons were on the ark that he created to escape the flood. You read the Quran says that one of Noah's sons got left behind and didn't actually get on the ark. Now, that would then be a direct contradiction from what actually happened in the story in Noah that we can read in the Torah. So when Muhammad says, oh yeah, we follow all the earlier prophets, and then gets key details wrong about their life, he's not really believing the earlier prophets. He's just picking and choosing what he wants to believe about them. And he's trying to rely on them to give credibility to himself and to say, you got to trust me as an extra prophet of God. But I actually don't think there's a reason to trust Muhammad.
We don't worship Muhammad. We
But
don't
you
worship
trust him.
Jesus.
Do you trust
We don't
Muhammad?
worship Muhammad. No, we don't worship Muhammad.
No, I didn't say worship. I said, do you trust Muhammad?
Of course, he's a prophet of God.
How do you know? He claimed to be a prophet of God. There's many people who claim even today to be prophets of God that you don't trust them. Why do you trust this guy who lived in 570 AD? Why do you trust that he truly is a prophet of God?
Because his message is to worship only one God. Don't worship
Other
creations.
people, there are people today who claim to be prophets of God who say worship one God and don't worship the creation. Are they truly prophets of God today? Do you trust
Which one?
them?
This one there? No, they don't have any. All the prophets have miracles. as
Muhammad
Jesus
did no
went-
miracles. Muhammad did no miracles.
No, he has miracles.
If you read the Quran, there's many times when people were coming up to Muhammad saying, Muhammad, do some signs, do some wonders for us, prove that you're really a prophet. And then what does the Quran say? Allah says to Muhammad in the Quran, say to them, I am only a warner. As in, no, I'm not going to do signs and wonders. I'm just a warner. Someone who warns, but I'm not someone who does miracles. So that means there's no reason to trust Muhammad if he doesn't do miracles. He's inconsistent with the earlier prophets. Like he contradicts the earlier prophets if you read their actual accounts. And then his behavior isn't one that I think any of us should really follow. Jesus says you'll know true prophets by their fruits.
Okay. Before Jesus was born, who was running the world then?
Jesus.
He wasn't born. They were other prophets.
Now, you're making a mistake here. When Jesus was born, that doesn't mean that's when he came into existence. He's always existed.